All right, hello, welcome back, folks. Back here for more action in the Bucharest minor qualifiers. I know the title did earlier say Chongqing qualifiers, but don't worry. No, you did come to the right place. This isn't a replay because they didn't even fight each other in the major qualifiers. This is OG versus NiP with OG having a one-game advantage so far. And Alan, we're seeing an Oracle opener. Are we going to see something like a Huskar here?
Wow. So we were talking off camera between games, and I was saying to you that if you asked these two teams, a little bit surprisingly, because OG was the one that won game one, I think if you'd have asked these two teams, hey, game two, same draft, it would have been OG that was like, wait a minute. No, thanks. No, thanks. And indeed, OG go completely away from what they were doing with this Oracle Brewmaster Open. I have seen nothing like this in 7-2-0. NiP stick with their guns with most likely the 33 Sand King. But I mean, even Peter, who I think one of Peter's biggest strengths as a drafter is that he tends to script his opens. He has basically 2 hero opens ready for most configurations of what the enemy team is picking. Even he has to be thrown back a little bit by this opening from OG.
That's definitely one thing. That's one thing I really would credit No Tail with. Is like, well, it's partly him, partly like the team and the flexibility they have with their own players. Is he does give you these very kind of surprising openers that force you to step back, think, can I actually commit to my original plan still?
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think I like this Coddle pickup. I thought that it worked out in the last game. Man.
Worked out pretty well for OG, actually. Completely ruined NiP's attempts at killing.
I can't keep my train of thought on NiP's side of the draft because I'm wondering what OG does to follow this up in the second phase. Like, what's the combo with the Oracle? Because, I mean, Oracle, if you look career, okay, Oracle is the lowest all-time win percentage in the history of Dota in professional matches, and it's not close. Like, this hero is horrible in professional matches, and it's because more than any other hero, I think it's not just about understanding the hero's skill set, it's the other 4 have to play around it because it does offer so many of these unique little mechanics in fights. It's not just about the ult itself.
I think it's also the lane, right? Like, this hero doesn't play that great because the way the nuke works is you have to stack it up to really get your gains and then hope you can still purge. And it's high risk, high reward.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a very polarizing hero in that sense that in certain lanes, it just absolutely wrecks. And then in certain lanes, it just gets gone on and feeds. Right. That's always been the problem with the hero. And that's why so many teams are reluctant to pick. Like, the third or fourth overall pick is generally when you're going to see an Oracle. First phase, I mean, there was a period of time where the hero was just blatantly broken and you would see it first phase. But it's very, very unusual right now.
You can already see some folks out. NiP getting rid of the Monkey King. They got rid of the PA in the first phase already. The Deucer is a more interesting choice. That might be to do with what NiP wants to pick more than anything.
Well, look at it's just interesting to me that look at what NiP bans. Their second phase bans don't change based on this Oracle pick. They're not rushing to ban out the Huskers of the hero pool. They're saying, all right, we're going to ban what we would have banned anyway. We're not going to take the bait and structure our draft totally around this Oracle, with the exception of maybe staying away from a Darkseer.
Interestingly enough, the Meepo ban coming out from OG, probably a fair shout.
Respect for Ace.
I mean, it has been performing very well.
Well, and it is just, I like Ace's Meepo a lot. Okay, there's your traditional scaling hard carry.
Yeah, I was wondering if this might be one of the things they go for, because actually, like, if you think of the way Luna works, if you can keep her alive in a fight for an extra few seconds with those glaives bouncing around, you can actually turn things around.
It's nice, but if Luna is the extent to which your lineup synergizes with Oracle, there are probably better heroes to pick than Oracle. So I don't think we're done talking about that comp.
Interesting to see where they want to go. They could actually look towards things like, I was gonna say maybe they look towards things like an OD. It does combo well with the Luna for those Silence Eclipses in the mid-game fights.
Yeah, if OD is picked, we'll have a longer conversation about that hero, because I'm becoming more and more convinced that that hero is actually pretty good, and that it's just not being played correctly yet. And I think that's gonna change very, very quickly as some of these pros have a little bit more time to digest the replays from the last two sets of qualifiers here. But that's just, I don't want to talk too much about a hero that may or may not be picked here. I think NiP, I think you can go ahead and pick your carry here yourselves.
This should be the point where you lock it in. Usually save the mid.
Yeah,
for the
that's
fourth pick.
Perfect. And I think that's it offsets the push potential coming out of the Luna.
Yeah, it's
there's
too bad.
no big attack speed slows yet on the side of OG. Nothing
really
to deal with BKB yet either. Well, I'm sorry, magic immunity from the spin, not BKB. Same thing.
The thing I wanted to highlight though is actually they do have decent combos available to them still as well, because this Kotl is likely to go the Sand King, and then you could look to someone like, for example, the Lich, which hasn't been banned out at all.
I'm completely down.
You go for the Dazzle as well, actually.
So yeah, and you can with Jug. So technically, Frost Shield is listed as piercing spell immunity because you can put it on a teammate that's spell immune. So if Jug is Frost Shielded and he spins, does he keep the Frost Shield?
He does. I've seen the combo.
Okay,
it's actually pretty disgusting.
Yeah, I was like 90% sure there, but that's an important enough mechanic that I wanted to be certain.
It works. And same like Dazzle, if you combine with that, the Poison Touch, if you strike the person, I believe it does renew the Poison Touch. So there are options.
That's super dirty. That's like super dirty coming out from OG, because that can be a 5 or a 3 in this context. No Tail, very, very good 5-position Nature's Prophet. He's probably the best 5-position Nature's Prophet outside of China. Seb, totally comfortable playing that hero, and it's a very, very strong laner.
Not gonna lie.
Really, like if Juggernaut ends up in a dual lane against Furion, like the Jug can be very not happy.
Yeah, he can try and clear the trees, but then you're using Blade Fury to get rid of the trees. You're not putting pressure on the hero. I'm not gonna lie. That
may be much less true in this patch. I may go back on that, because remember, like Juggernaut's armor ramps up really, really much quicker now than it did before. I remember like the 14 armor Juggernaut that we had yesterday that was basically for the first 8 minutes of the game was tanking creep waves and last hitting on his own tower and didn't have to level Healing Ward.
No, I remember. We were sitting there, we were like, okay, he's going to need some regen, he's going to need something, and instead, just tickled. It's like watching a Terrorblade, only he's a little bit more bulky and a little bit more threatening early on. Is it weird that I kind of want this to be a core Oracle? I was looking at this from OG right now, and it's like, I've heard some players talk about it. For a while, they were just spamming it in the mid lane because you could just nuke people down.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very Thompson-y thing, right? I mean, he won a pub. I think he's won a couple of pubs. The one pub that I know that I was keyed into with Thompson playing mid Oracle, he won, but it was because of a disconnect on the other side. So yeah, I mean, it's possible.
That still counts. You basically got a disconnect on the other side here. They picked the Queen of Pain, which is not a very popular at the moment. It did get
a hero.
Yeah, it got changed. Like, it's basically got a gust minus the silence in its ultimate now, as you push people back with the Sonic Wave.
I mean, yeah, it's still a Queen of Pain though. Like this, I don't know. There are still teams that like this hero and have it in their rotation. I just think this is like the poster child for momentum-based hero where it's not even that great a laner, I don't even think anymore. And if it dies like in the mid game, it just feels you play this hero and you're having a good game and you die at 15 minutes and it feels like you just got kicked in the groin. Like, it just takes so much out of you to be off the map at any point with this hero.
It's also, you've fourth picked it. It's not like this is a final pick reveal. It's not like you're going to get a favorable lane per se now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. It has no flex value whatsoever in that position. Like, you're not running support Queen of Pain with this lineup as NiP.
Well, I've seen it before.
And you have to, and yeah, I've seen it before, but I don't think it fits here. Not
No. You just get too pressured by the Nature's Prophet. If like you could switch that to a support and then mirror match whatever the Queen of Pain does, and she loses that.
I guess if they have like a GG fifth pick, it could be, but I don't think that I don't see anything on the enemy side that like calls for it. And it would be more likely that you'd see that kind of a pivot if you had overall last pick. Yeah, Elder Titan. That's that's a pick that makes it does amp up the Queen of Pain. And okay, all right. So the thing that you can do, right, if you have these mobile magic damage heroes with the Elder Titan, the Spirit still does give you the magic damage amplification, and you can get ganks from kind of unexpected angles. That's okay.
Well,
right.
I mentioned
Well,
Gust before. There it is. The real Drow Ranger emerges as the fake one is trounced here.
I am very hyped for this game. I'm very excited to see these two teams play. I think NiP has a problem. I think they have a serious problem.
It is a big one as well. Like, should we point out that you're talking about a lineup that has a Drow Ranger, a Nature's Prophet, and a Luna?
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? Oh, Drow sucks in this patch. Drow's awful. Drow now just gives you attack speed. Doesn't. Oh, wait a minute. Luna aura.
Bingo.
I mean, the presence of the Luna aura basically restores a lot of what you would have lost for the Precision era rework, and now you get the bonus attack speed on top of that. And oh yeah, by the way, Drow is potentially now a disgusting flash farmer with the damage proc attached to her ult.
And it should also be pointed out that you've got to consider the Luna. Usually this hero has a little bit of downtime where it wants to start farming. And this Drow is going to accelerate that, which means that you can get to this death ball aspect of the game much quicker for OG. And we've already talked about how quickly that seems to be happening in games on average anyway. Okay,
so yeah, I think this is like a 3-1 outdraft in favor of OG, which means NiP is definitely going to win. Go place your bets quick, guys.
All right, someone is clearly sponsored by certain betting websites.
Shut up. That was totally a joke.
I, on the other hand, folks, am completely unaffiliated and would appreciate...
Unless somebody wants to be, in which case my email address is... Yeah, sure, Pigeon. We understand.
No. I am for the people. I am not corruptible for less than, 4 digits.
4 digits? Oh, that's all it takes.
Depends where I'm putting the comma.
Noted.
Alrighty, so we're ready to get underway, and like we said, look in the mid lane, and this is where the problems are definitely going to be. You're going to pressure the Drow a little bit, but honestly, it's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things. I'm more focused on the damage this Luna and the Nature's Prophet will do to the game, just from Drow existing.
I think this is a serious problem that NiP is going to have establishing any kind of tempo in this game. Like I think they need to go very aggressive from very early on, or they're just going to get swept off the map.
The problem is you pick the Sand King that wants to farm up a little bit at the beginning. He doesn't want to pressure the lane in a super aggressive way. Then the Keeper of the Light, it's this hero that's better defensively than aggressively, because the Illuminate you need to set up for. It's not like you bring a stun to these engagements.
The thing is, though, this is where as NiP, you do have the personnel, right? I mean, all of these players, 33 as you saw in the last game, like he's totally comfortable ahead or behind, playing a Sand King without blink, leaning on the zoning potential of that hero. Pycat is a carry that is still very, very good at farming from behind while being active around the map. I mean, this is one of those things that NiP is a team that they have the makeup to sustain against this kind of pressure. I just think this draft is sick. You're going to be a little action down here, but I don't think anything's going to happen.
I'm too busy appreciating the top. Seb's microing of these treants is glorious. He just had 4 different ones patrolling routes through the jungle to see every part of what was going on up there.
Yeah, it's the funny thing about when you get these coaches transitioning back into players. Like you're so focused on the vision game as a coach, and you're so focused on those little things. Like, here's where you want to send that treant. I mean, that when you go back to being a player, you're like,
I know it all. I'm a master of it all. No Tail denies himself to the tower. Oh wait, no, he mistimed it.
He gets the first blood from it.
PPD, he gets given it. He's just sitting top. I'm expecting a question mark in the chat or something because he was not expecting that.
Yeah, that's like in any other draft. Peter's like so worried about the draft and how he's going to win the game that you don't get the all chat question mark. I think that says something because in any other game,
it would definitely be there. Although it's rough. Like, yes, you give over that first blood, but the thing to highlight right now is in the bot lane how 33 is suffering because he got forced to use the Burrow Strike at the rune engagement, which means now he can't sit comfortably sandstorming.
Yeah, and he's already a lot of pressure already coming out on his mana pool, and he's already got one. He's only got one mango.
Definitely problematic, especially seeing as No Tail can easily zone him out. He did have to go into the Thunderclap himself as opposed to the Drunken Brawler, but it won't matter.
Dude, Seb going for that taunt a little bit early in the top lane, eats a couple of those stapler hits, and you may not want to do that yet, buddy. I love Jerax here, contested. I love, look at him chasing the creep wave.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, go and get you. Go and come for you. Saxa does move pretty fast, in fairness, so this will stack it up, but 33, he needed this so badly as well. He's suffering. He's almost level 2, but you can already see, well, Pycat is easily and happily into level 2 already.
You know, and Luna with her starting a little bit squishy, she's not a hero that can just stand under the tower and CS these creeps. She's got to kite that wave around.
Yeah, he does it nicely to make sure that this actually matches up better than it was gonna when the creeps finally arrive for the Radiant side.
Oh, Jerax, Fada commits and Jerax was ready standing in the trees.
Gonna go in, can he get it? Thompson, oh, he gets the kill and then goes down.
Oh, man. And that's great patience by Jerax. He was standing there for quite some time, waiting for Fada to just get a little bit over-aggressive. Saxa getting a little bit low on the bottom lane, but he's fine.
That was unexpected, but we said this Queen of Pain's going to have to come out and just get aggressive fast. And you can see that straight away. As soon as you throw out that dot on the Queen of Pain, there's an immediate purge coming out from Jerax. We didn't actually talk about that interaction, actually, because... well, Queen of Pain really relies on the Shadow Strike to win the lane. Just whittle your opponent down, force them to buy additional regen. And Jerax just might see it's worthwhile to just keep coming back here and purging.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing, right, is that you've got to... You know, we talked about Queen of Pain is not the fearsome laner that she's been in the past, but she's still going to beat a Drow. And that is really showing in the mid lane. You know, despite that kill, the CS total quite lopsided.
Yeah, he definitely needed that kill to try and stay in this, already a level behind, and a full level of that. Jerax has switched up the top lane now, which should be pretty good, actually, because you can purge the Astral Spirit. We don't see Oracle often, thus we forget these kind of interactions. They are significant, because that means ET, he can't apply this early aggression that he's so reliant on. Just kind of exists.
And at least at first, when Jerax shows on the map, the creep equilibrium is in Thompson's favor. But watch, now that we know where all the supports are and the creeps are over on the dire side of the map, I wonder if Fata, his HP is a little low.
It'd be risky.
Ordinarily, this is the time he would pressure Thompson.
Yeah, but with a point in Gust, now Thompson is prepared for this. I like that he went for this. Sometimes you see Drow skip this, but when you're a mid-Drow, you need it.
Not in this
33. Ooh, that's living life on the edge. Walk of Shame begins, and 33 is off to a horrific start in this lane.
Yeah, the bottom lane is going against you, but I mean, obviously, as NiP, you have to love how these top two lanes are going. Fata gets silenced up, not quite.
Protected by the slow coming out from Shadow Strike, otherwise he would be in trouble. And Fata thinking about going in again with Salve, but the creep wave is dying a little bit too fast. Hobson, he just reminds him, if you jump on me, I always do have that gust. Well, the top lane has been actually very quiet. You'd expect to see a little bit of action, right, with a Juggernaut and Elder Titan just trying to whittle them down, but these trees really just allow you to fight up against them.
Yep.
Oh, he actually, you see that? He was actually trying to just trap PPD, and he almost managed it as well. The runes should be free of
away from the lane.
Oh, no.
Seeing that.
Oh, gee, they got all the runes.
Oh,
all 4 bounties.
Whoa.
That'll help out Thompson, especially, who has been suffering in the mid lane. He needs that extra gold.
Yes, he does. Yeah, that's just huge, right? That shifts the whole economy advantage back into the favor of OG. It offsets the fact that NiP were winning 2 out of 3 lanes.
I think the other thing to look at here is, right, we usually talk about these Wraith Bands, these Bracer pickups. The cutoff point is much less for a Queen of Pain versus a Drow in terms of these stat items. You can keep building Wraith Bands.
And look at this. Seb TP back to base. He's got his tread, so he can just walk right into the spin of the Juggernaut.
Oh, they couldn't get him. I was so close, but Jerax didn't have enough damage to level 2 Purifying Flames. And actually, in the end, PPD says, thank you very much. That's going to heal me up a little bit as he salves to get the rest of the way. And he's stacking the damage. You see the movement back straight away. They know what he wants to do every time.
A little bit of a concern here, though, is this top lane, I think, is going to shift to a little bit more aggressive focus.
Seb's going to be backstabbed here. PPD chasing down. There's the Purge finally coming in. Seb, a little bit too close. He does have the Sprout and PPD. He has no Tango, so he'll take a decent amount of damage. He'll keep attacking, though. It looks like the Purge... No, it doesn't actually come off when you get hit by the Fortune's End.
Oof.
A little bit of discovery there. Yeah, there you go. Actually says cannot be dispelled. I wasn't sure on that one because there's a lot of things this will dispel, but that makes this a hard matchup, actually. I don't really know how you approach PPD when he's got that many stacks on the side. You don't have anyone to clear this either. At least not until 6. Get Drow to come up now.
Well, speaking of stacks here, Topson's going to get a nice chunk of farm trying to clear out this ancient camp. I don't know. It's going to be slow, though.
He's at least getting a
not
few
with that
bases.
marksmanship props.
Yeah, he'll eventually get there.
RNG, baby.
He'll still be quicker.
Give No-Tail a little bit of free XP in the lane mid.
He needs it as well. He's level 3, almost 4. Meanwhile, Pycat getting ever closer to that elusive 6. And Saxa is lagging behind a little bit here. Wow, they know about Topson. He's trying to move in. And it looks like he's going to back up here. 33 needs to get pretty close for a Fire Strike. Oh, gets both of the silence. Patience shown from Topson pays off there. He says, okay, if I can't finish off the big creep, I'll take these littler ones.
Well, and that's still pretty nice. I mean, he got most of that camp before they showed up.
It's also so much wasted time. Look at the net worth now. You can actually see a lead building for this Drow, and actually look at the levels. He's caught up fully. That dude's ahead.
That stack was just absolutely huge. Yeah, that's the power of level 1 marksmanship now. Ends up being better than it was. That's a farming ability, at least.
Is he thinking what I think he's thinking what I'm thinking. I got Eclipse. The problem is, you're up against a fast opponent here. I'm not sure you can actually reach Saxa in time. You might if he stops for an Illuminate. Alright, they're wood spotted. It's a lot of time wasted for Pycat as well. He needs to be hitting these creeps instead of looking for the cute kills. I can respect what he's trying to do there, though. There's a lot of heroes from NiP down here. And this means... It feels like right now, the XP gains, especially if you get kills like that. What?
Oh!
That's a solo kill.
That's not supposed to happen.
That is most definitely not supposed to happen. And the thing I was going to highlight is Jug was the only one farming, because you look at the lanes, NiP has barely shown anyone that they are losing the XP battle right now. By a landslide. No-Tail. Yeah, it's going to be slept up here. They reached the Bar Strike, charging up the Illuminate. It will get him low. Can he run this off, though? Bar Strike is coming off cooldown. They ping. They know where he is. TPing. Pycat is here. There's the Eclipse. They have vision on a 33. Trying to move away, but he's gone. They even use the Nature Draft. They'll chase through, looking for PPD as well. And they do room on the spot with the Fortune's End to purge off the TP. He won't even get the sleep off. Nice rotation. Seb with the double kill. And his trees are still pushing in the top.
That was very nice positioning there on the Eclipse by Pycat. Luna spammers everywhere unite. He positioned himself a little bit away so that the Sand King was going to be more likely to eat. Oh, I'm sorry, not the Sand King. So that one hero was going to be more likely to eat more of those beams.
Just imagining Pycat sitting there chuckling, rubbing his hands together and laughing evilly. You saw the early point at which he wanted an Eclipse opportunity. They finally get him one. In fact, it came to him in that scenario.
Yeah, okay, so I think I said it incorrectly a couple minutes ago. The marksmanship damage procs are only against heroes.
Yes,
but you're still getting so much more.
You instantly kill creeps.
Yeah, okay. It does insta-kill the creeps. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, so it was a fair point that he's going to farm very quick.
All right, that's what I was just watching him doing stacks to make absolutely sure I had that right. Because level 1 marksmanship now is sick as like a neutral farming ability.
Yeah, we already saw it come to effect. He just keeps going for those ancients, and it just means his XP is accelerating at a ridiculous rate.
Fada with a haste rune looked like he was going to move on Seb here in the top lane, but just kind of backs off.
Yeah, it's starting to run out. He's reluctant because there's a level 1 blink as well. Because he's behind in terms of XP, he's in the scenario where once he blinks in, he's stuck there.
Yeah, and this is exactly what we were saying about just how Queen of Pain, if you die at this point in the game, it just feels like it sets your hero back so far.
Fada's identified that, but as a result, he's struggling to really find anyone he can kill. He's gonna come down, try and find Jerax, but OG are just reading these moves perfectly every time. They've already rotated Luna to the mid lane to farm. And backed up by No-Tail, no one's going to try and aggress this because he now has the split.
God, you got to do something here as NiP. I mean, it's not just the push potential that they're going to have in the next 5 minutes here. They're winning on economy right now, is the side of OG.
Biggest problem, Jug's behind all 3 heroes most of the time on the side of OG. And if your Queen of Pain doesn't have a great mid game, she's not going to be a hero either.
It's just like an awful situation, right? Because, I mean, Fada has the smoke. He's in position, in theory, to go on Topson, but Topson's now 3 levels ahead. They have control of the high ground in their own jungle. No-Tail, for the longest time, was just hanging around with an Invis rune, waiting for them to try and move on Topson.
They're going to go on a Pycat here.
Oh, yeah.
He has the Eclipse, though. They have to be careful.
Oh, boy.
Also,
I was just about to say that.
But by the way, Topson's trying to be a better Queen of Pain right now. He's built a Blink Dagger.
Oh my god. What am I casting envy right now? Come on.
Maximize and farm efficiency. ET just got a little tickle there. They did reveal the blink. They didn't get a kill, but just look at the damage the marksmanship just done. That was one hit.
Well, and that's the thing. That was the principle behind the Blinks build that Envy did all those years ago at MLG Columbus, is that for these heroes, your positioning is your DPS.
Absolutely true. And also,
I mean,
people
Blink can be a DPS item.
Well, it's not just that. People also tend to forget that it can accelerate your farm. Like, you already have the means to burn through creeps pretty quick with the procs. So you just need to get between the camps even faster. Of course, you know, its efficiency from that perspective is down a little bit compared to before because it's 15 versus the old 12. But it still can have an impact, especially with the new layouts of the jungle.
All 3 cores of OG eclipse the 5k net worth mark.
Getting worrying. And Fada, he's just been relegated to the jungle. He needs to get some items soon. He's going for the Yules because he needs to dispel the silences. And Ace in the bot lane, he's been cornered. No escape from that. Just desperate trying to get his Battle Fury, but still so far off it.
Just, you know, this is just so grim for the side of NiP. Do we have any big power spikes coming out for that? No, I mean, Jug is trying to go Battle Fury. You know, they understand that he needs to be able to farm and carry this game late. Queen of Pain is desperately trying to get at Yules, but I don't know that that's going to make a huge difference. Nice to have it against the silence.
It's just defensive because you have to be. This blink pickup from Topson has forced you into that item. Now,
I mean, given, you know, Sand King. All right. The hope, the great white hope, as it were, is 33 with his blink. But if he gets killed here,
he's in trouble. The dust reveal. He can't move away.
Seb, of course, TP's in
and
vision.
they will run him down. And look at this. They split straight away. They know about Fada. Or at least someone must have TP'd up here. They won't be able to see him, though. He's hiding in the tree line. But now, he doesn't have the damage to find kill. Uh-oh, trees!
Oh no, he's right in position!
Yep, he runs straight into the Brewmaster split, but he doesn't get the cycle out in time. No-Tail down to half HP, needs to be careful here. He should be going down. Fada burning up pretty fast here, but they'll still be able to find him.
He goes down, but both those heroes are now 50% HP and have to back.
And Topson finds kill on Saxa. The blink initiation. No, that wasn't even blink. He just walked him down.
Yeah. I mean, earning his tips.
He is indeed. Topson, almost 8,000 net worth. He is accelerating far forward of the Luna, which is usually the hero we see above a drow.
Oh, the BM Invis rune deny coming out from the Oracle. And Seb is going to put at least a little bit of passive pressure. I mean, look at that. That's like over 40% HP of that top tier 2 gone.
Just with one push, and then the difference between him and the Sand King is he immediately just gets in another lane and does it again.
Oh my god, this is spectacularly annoying.
It's going to get more annoying.
It's going to continue.
I mean, I love the fact that he's going for BKB as well, because Queen of Pain is one of those heroes that can just wreck a Nature's Prophet. She starts to get the levels together. He's just making sure that's never a threat, because OG know this is full momentum, and they don't want to slow down. They commit the Ignis on a Seb here. Moving in. Topson with the Gas connects on the 2. And they just have to back away. Nap time. Meanwhile on the river, PPD will go for the Stomp. Luna will be held in place, but Seb's here. Surprise! No escape for the Elder Titaness. He will go down. And it'll be Seb that gets the final touch for that Nature's Prophet.
I mean, he can take Roche if they really want it. I don't even know if they need it. And when you talk about the progression of the Queen of Pain, it's significant. Oracle already has an 8th one. right? Like, there's no way that Fata is anywhere close to ready to blink that far behind the fight to try and threaten an Aether Lens Oracle.
And more than that, because you now have that save and you have the range on it, Topson can go as deep and aggressive as he wants with his blink.
33 setup, channeling the epicenter here into the
channel
roast
up. It's too late. The Forest Raid's going to come through, but the Aegis already been claimed. Now Sonic Wave as well going to get him down, but the clip's been used. They'll get rid of one. They're going to get rid of two. 33 getting low. They'll finish him off. Luna will go down, though, still, as the Sandstorm ticks through. And Fada's been found. Trying to move away, but Topson says vengeance must be had. Try and go and move away, but the Gust is going to be the Omni Slash used. The split comes out, though. Brewmaster on point. Cyclone onto the Juggernaut. PPD in trouble. Topson should be able to run him through here. Doesn't even get the stomp out. Now Juggernaut needs an escape plan, but stunned up. He's got the Blade Fury. He won't be able to get it by the looks of it, though. He's trying to retreat into the neutrals. If the Pierces come through, there it is. Ultra kill for Topson.
Ultra kill at 16 minutes for the Drow Ranger. Already tops on the board. Over 10k net worth. And, oh, of course. Of course
a DD for the push, baby. Let's go.
I mean, you know, there are just these days where it feels like Ice Strike hates you.
And NiP got to be feeling that way. I mean, 33, he'll be feeling like he done everything right, but it just didn't matter because OG so far ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, that's a brilliant play by that. I mean, the timing was almost right there. I mean, they got the Aegis, and he's still with just a little bit more on the side of NiP. Might have gotten the opening 2 kills plus Aegis down. It just wasn't quite enough. They stacked their combo beautifully. It's just OG is too far ahead at this point and showing no signs of slowing down.
Alan, are you right there? You sound like you've been infected by the robots. All right, we're gonna.
Oh, am I? Okay, do we need to restart the call?
We'll restart it.
All right.
And do you get back just in time to watch Peter die as the push continues for OG?
What timing? I don't think there's a time I would come back into this game and not something like that at this point.
It's getting out of control. OG with an 11k net worth lead. They know they can go. The epicenter is up again, but they don't care. Illuminate should slow him down a bit. They'll wait for that to pass. And now Topson just pokes and prods because he does, of course, have that Dragon Lance.
Pink, pink, pink.
And it adds up pretty quickly. There you go. They'll move away.
Fada looking like he's thinking about a backstab, but
he has an invis rune. They're going to smoke up. They'll know about him now. They have got dust. They have got sentry. No tail. He tries to make a guess.
Nice.
It wasn't a good one. And Fada. Oh, he's going on no tail here.
This is brave.
That is very brave as well. It's not that you have a silence to work with, Seb. Looking to TP
He's
in
got
here. In goes Storm. Gonna get the split out as a question. The silence come around the side. The Gust on the 33 meters can't do anything. Omni Slash there. Topson will move away. They're going to the Mana Illusion instead across the Jerax, who has to use the on himself. They're already 2 down the side of NiP. 33 has to Fire Strike defensively away from the clips. Ace will still fall though. And now they can go back to the high ground.
I mean, on Pyke, you know, poor Fada just taking a timeout, spending that fight up in the air as his Queen of Pain. He's gonna blink back and maybe think about cutting the creep wave here, but I don't think it's going to matter. You
know what that is? That's no tail going, look, I got a better Yules. And as a result of that, they're in your base. They're going to take one set here. And this is a Luna on your high ground. You're seeing the effects very quickly ramp up. They'll TP back. They're trying for a corner. Fada now is going to be rooted up on this spot for a long time. Seb with the right clicks are going to be enough. Rooted again. Fada, Yules, trying to get out of this. Going to get a clap. It's going to be close. Fada gets away on 40 HP.
Yeah. You gotta take the big plays where you can as NiP. It's a nice escape, but OG just methodical at this point, dismantling the dire side of the map.
And at this stage in the game, OG, they look like they're one fight from winning this game with a Luna with 1 lane down already. It sounds very early to call it like that, but NiP, they take one big bad fight and they lose 3+ heroes. They're in trouble. Fada heard us. It's like, wait, we need some time. 33's PC
I was
heard
wondering,
us say
like,
that.
33 was just sort of standing up there in the middle of a sandstorm.
That's what you do, right? You just stand there. AFK
Not anymore, friend.
Well, this does give a little bit of time reflection. Look to see what NiP can do to get back in this, because this Battle Fury build on the Juggernaut, I'm not saying it was the wrong move. He didn't really have many choices, but it's not helping them. They can't do anything in these fights.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, maybe You're damned if you do, damned if you don't at this point, because you knew it's been obvious from early on. You knew OG was going to have an early advantage, and that if you were going to turn this game around, you're eventually going to have to just count on your teammates to create space for you and farm as the juggernaut. But man, it doesn't help that this Luna has a very, very early game build with the Dragonless Mask of Madness, and now is, halfway to her BKB. I mean, you want to talk about a problem. Luna gets BKB in these fights. What are you possibly going to do?
33.
Man up here.
Trouble.
No, you might be away.
Oh, no. Pycat couldn't get the loosen beam out in time. That is skirting with death right there. Seb was hot on the tail. And Seb, that is a complete maelstrom now on the way out. They are so far. Their damage output. Look at the attack speed on this Nature's Prophet with that aura.
Right. It's the attack. The other thing about it too is don't forget this 5-position Brewmaster. Right. These crits hurt, man. I mean, as he puts more skill points into Drunken Brawler, but even with just one, he can walk up and just smack the coddle in the head, and it's not nothing.
Well, he isn't. And speaking of that call, living life on the edge here. Jerax is moving in, though. They'll know he's here as soon as he pops out Illuminate. Things are there. Jerax moving in. He's going to go full aggressive. He sees the opportunity. It's a little bit too late when he sees him on the high ground. They'll know about this ward now, though. And while that's happening, Juggernaut, he gets found by Thompson.
I think Drow's a thing, guys.
Maybe, possibly. Blink Dagger seemed good. Sax's life seems for naught. The dust does connect. We'll purge him up, Seb. Moving in here. There you go. Hold him in place. They'll get the kill and they'll keep the light outside the base. The BKB was used by Nature's Prophet to make sure they didn't get slept.
I just think you're going to see so many of these Drows now flash farming with level 1 marksmanship.
It's insane.
Okay, you used to have a tower there.
You're not going to have many towers left at this rate because the BKB still going. Oh no! The Gust Epicenter was being shot by 33 under the ward.
Oh no!
They saw him and suddenly they could just go to the base.
That's unlucky. Yeah.
That actually might cost you the game. Do they just go prone here?
I don't think there's any might about it.
They'll just get rid of the racks. The Glaives are already bouncing to the tier 4s. Thompson turns on the GG comes out. NiP lose 2-0 to OG.
I'm sorry, these are two really good teams, but with that draft, I just don't think there's anything that NiP could have done. I mean, you can criticize the Battle Fury build from Pycat all you want to, but I think he's in a no-win situation in that game. As long as they needed to just absolutely crush those side lanes, and the mid lane didn't even go. It was going well for Fata early, but like I say, the minute you die one time on the Queen of Pain, your game is just set back so far. And this Drow flash farming stacks with level 1 marksmanship, it is not going to be the last time you see that in high-level Dota in this patch.
Absolutely. I think you're right. Ace had to go for that Battle Fury because he was always behind on farm. He was always going to stay there. And yeah, Drow.
Oh, I said Ace. I said Pycat, not Ace. Yes, thank you.
That's all right. You're thinking the animation.
It's been that kind of day, man. I'm telling you. Senior moments abound. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, when you look at the hero damage, right? I mean, it's Seb that's leading the way with over 13k hero damage. Like Thompson did a lot in that match, but most of his contribution is just flash farming up and making sure that they're playing on the enemy side of the map the entire time.
And that does mean the OG have qualified for the Bucharest minor. Congratulations to them. The Ninjas in Pyjamas, they're not out of it yet. What we need to do now is we need to decide who's going to win between Vega and TFT, and then NiP will have another shot at making it through. So we're going to go to a short break before we come back with Vega versus the final tribe. I'm going to go get a drink, whatever. We're going to try and get Nahaz's medicine so he can recall things properly.
So I can call players by their correct names? Yeah, that helps when you're casting.
We'll get him to print out some pictures, just line them up on the wall. That's who that is. But guys, stay tuned. Plenty of action to come here. 2 more best of 3s today. You don't want to miss them.